Alright, what's up YouTube? It is like after 5 o'clock, probably a little bit before 6, and I'm just coming out of the house. And I made a video on the other medium that I use to record when I'm not feeling clothing friendly. And I was talking about how, you know, in the old days they said that being closed up and to yourself along with other activities could make you go blind, and it was just a old wives' tale, but it always left you wondering if that could possibly be true. Now, how you doing? And now I'm outside, and I can't see worth a darn. I think I've been in the dark too long, and it's like I'm squinting my eyes. The light is like killing me. So it might be true, and I'm gonna tell you, I have a lot to be thankful and grateful for, because just look at where I am. It's beautiful out here. It's like what, April 14th now, but even if it wasn't April 14th, even March 20th or whatever it was when I was back in Virginia, it was horrendous. It was cold. I got caught in the rain without an umbrella, and then the rain turned to sleet, then it turned to snow all at one time. So I didn't just have the benefit of being rained on, but I got the benefit of being frozen. Not just the benefit of being frozen in the cold, but the benefit of being rained on, then having little darts of ice thrown at me pretty much, then snowballs. So, you know, it is what it is. In addition to that, also had the benefit of realizing that even though it's very true, I believe that, you know, the people in Hampton, Virginia, black people and other, even the people that weren't raised there, when black people go there, I think that because of the surroundings, you start to speak differently. Just like when people from there come down here, if you're surrounded by ghetto people, you start to speak differently. So even the people that don't speak well, the black people, they begin to speak well or speak better. But be not fooled, because, you know, it's still the same thing. It just sounds better, you know. So I've learned that it's really humid out here right now, but again, look at how beautiful this is, the shadows and everything. But I understand how fortunate I am to, you know, kind of be a part, you know, of this this region of the U.S., subtropics. Been here for, oh my God, it's scary to say, 10 years now, you know. And, you know, I haven't done a lot here in 10 years, you know, because I've been under, you know, your people's perceptions and power over you mentally, as far as telling you who you are, who you're not, you know, imposing mental battles against you when you're trying to defend yourself against something that, you know, naturally you know is not true. It changes your perspective and outlook on life. It changes your focus. My focus in life has always been on the positive, about getting up, getting out, getting something, and exploring all the wonderful things that I'm me, you know. But it's shifted my focus to exploring all the negative things that, you know, people can put out there. But truth be told, you know, it was a great experience, because I learned that, yes, people do very nasty things and don't have a conscience. So now it'll help me to enjoy, you know, the happiness and pleasure of being me even more, because I understand and know that there's negative out there. Also, I'm able to relate to other people better, or at least have an understanding, if not a relating. I have an understanding. For example, like I said, I have different sites up on different places. And I was on Moco, and when you've gone through a situation like that with legal, or wherever you have a situation where people are putting you as a bad person, and not just one person, but a whole entire army of mental attacks that you're bad, you're this, you're that, it's like it makes you a very humble person, because you realize that this is what the general perception is. It's negative, whether you've earned it or not. And it puts you in a situation where you're like, well, I'll be damned. You know what I'm saying? Like, what now? So what I realize is that a lot of people, when people have too much freedom and too much good things on hand, they come at you with a lot of garbage. Like, for the majority, I can get hundreds of messages a day, basically just mindless invites to play some stupid game, or if not that, just people just making little 1 or 2 word comments that are just really, they don't say anything but open the door for some things that may be adults rated and things like that. But then occasionally, every once in a while, I'll get a message like from someone that actually has something to share about themselves and specific questions for me. And when I get those, it's like gold. I'm like, wow, this person told me X, Y, and Z about them. And hey, I have this in common. Let me tell them X, Y, and Z about me. And then once they see that you've opened up, they're just like, okay, I do need to tell you that I just got out of federal prison. And that's like, and let me tell you how that affects me. It scares you. And it doesn't scare me because I necessarily think these people are big bad people. It doesn't scare me because of those people. It scares me because I know that those people are hunted people. Once you become, a part of the system, on the side of, where they're targeting you for whatever purpose, you become a target. You've become hunted. And if you're hunted, that means that anybody that comes in contact with you is exposed to that hunted experience, because they experience what you go through as far as perhaps being mistreated by different institutions and things that you've been court ordered or assigned to. They go through the same thing when they see that maybe you have all the qualifications and everything to do something with your life and be successful. But because if you're an honest person and you tell them what's up, the thing about it is that there's this girl walking down the street and she's like really, really sexy and she's turning heads. It's just so funny. My days are over. I need to lose some weight. I still turn heads, but I need to lose weight. But she's very chocolate, dark, nice shape too. But so let me transfer that. And that's the other thing I'm jumping subjects now, but I wanted to talk about that a little bit, about sexuality. It's not, especially for a woman, it's not really about sex. It's about enjoying skin and knowing that everything about you is beautiful and right. Woo! That's from the inside out. And when you feel that way about yourself, it exudes and it attracts people, because it's just like you're in your natural state. You are what you are and who you are, without any additives, preservatives. You don't have to fake the funk. And pretty much it's just something for people to look at, nothing more. And I like that. I like being I like that feeling when I'm self-assured of myself. I don't need or want your attention, and you know better than to give it to me because I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? So that's a great feeling. That's a great part of being a woman. These days the lines between men and women are crossed a lot, and I think it's because of the legal system where a lot of our men have been through the military and been just destroyed mentally by that. A lot of black men have been through the legal system and have been destroyed mentally by that, and physically. You put men who are innately physical creatures into a place where they're confined together with only each other to look at, and we've been socialized to be sexual in a certain way. But the truth about it all, the matter is that sex is sex, and so after a period of time they realize that, and they start to mate with each other. And what happens is when they come out, they realize that they don't need women, anymore. That all of that bullshit, that they've been socialized to believe is a lie, and that whatever it is that they want, they can get easier and with a basic understanding from another man. So that's that. And I'm looking at the park because I love the park, and I want to go take some pictures. And I know my phone wasn't fully charged, and I was charging it when I left, so I don't know how much I have left to do my vlog. So because the order of things for me is I like to vlog until I find a scenic spot. Then I love to take pictures, and especially since it's going to be dark soon, I want to go ahead and get some pictures taken, and then I like to vlog some more. Like I said, I think the essence of who we are, if we keep our minds and our wits about us, even these men that have been, in these situations, these institutions that have been okayed by socially accepted negative institutions, homeless shelters, prisons, military. These men are men that have been desensitized and brutalized. I tell you, because being a woman that's single and that's not really like desperate and that's not looking, you come across a lot of stuff because you are not bound by, okay, I'm supposed to be this way or that way. Hey, how you doing? You're not bound by you're supposed to be this way or that way. You just are. And having a curiosity about other people, sometimes you'll put yourself in situations just to see how people will respond. And what I came to find out is that the lower end sites like Moco Space and that type of thing, the majority of people there are searching, And when you get people, and I see it in myself too, because the thing about it is just like deep cover, when you play a role for so long, after a while, your anatomy, your physiology, your mentality, it adapts it. For example, the little sin lust thing that I had going on, I played it for a while and I started to get cranky and irritable and downright mean, when I didn't get the response that I wanted. Mean, me, somebody that's been sweet for most of my life, I can say for most of this year, I can be mean when I want, and these people, the same situations kind of occur where it's the same thing, where they're frustrated. And then when you talk about abuse, like for women, I feel, and I never understood that, how men, they could come and just follow a woman in a car and, just yell all kinds of stuff. I'm just like, what is wrong with you? Or say stupid stuff like, it's like, just stupid stuff. Now, there's been a lot of times in my life where I was so annoyed by that. I'm a firm believer in giving people their own medicine. So, and there's people at the bus stop, so I think this bus is coming soon, and I really wanted to take some pictures. I might be able to take some real quick. But basically my point, I'm going to take them anyway, because I think they still come every 30 minutes. But what I wanted to say is this, that, the men that do that, again, it's the thing about being the predator before you can be the prey. That's why the men do that, because, and it could be other things behind it, because what I did was when I was online, I was saying things that were innately sexual in nature, but not the male version of sexual, but the female version of sexual, soft, but I made it clear what I wanted, which was for my personal gratification. Now, there was some people I was very surprised, because just like when I was younger, like 15 or 16, I always thought men didn't have feelings. But then when I got older, I thought my mentality was, 30s, 40s, my mentality was that, as far as sexuality, men didn't care, whatever. If you talk about it, you give it, they're okay with that. But I found that it's not true, because most of our men now have been in institutions like homeless shelters, prisons, and that type of thing. And because our men have been there, they understand the flip side of being the prey. Okay, I don't want to talk about this in here, but they understand the flip side of being the prey versus the predator. And I found some men got really offended, like, I need to get some water, but I found some men got really offended, like when you came off to them like that, they just jumped out and they were just like, oh, well, why don't you such and such and such? And the thing about it is, again, these men that come off that way, I think they have been victimized, again, through the prison system, so forth and so on. And they've had attempts made to take their masculinity away. So when you come from a point of being dominant or dominating, and in a way that's not nice, it's a fight, And it shocked me, because I never saw, this is a conversation about sociology, I've never seen anything like that. And I'm going to try to stay close to the bathroom. Oh, here we go. He's coming out soon, I think. But,